Visit us online at burningrubberradio.com for recipes from the NASCAR chef, John Dix, and more great content.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Now back to more Burning Rubber Radio.
And it's time for the Gas and Go on a Friday weekend edition of Burning Rubber Radio.
Yeah, baby.
Yes, sir. It's the producer Wayne along with Andrew Lay, the NASCAR chef John Dix. And Andy, I seen smoke coming from the kitchen. I think we're going to have to call the fire department on him.
Oh, my Lord. Have you talked to him? I haven't talked to John always.
He's been so busy over in that kitchen, I can't get him to leave for 5 seconds.
Oh, Lord.
Next thing you know, we're going to hear he's back cooking for Haas Factory Team or something.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, you ought to do that.
I mean, who knows? But we have got news abound for everybody this weekend as we get ready to head into the next race, Andy, including throwback schemes, debuts, Hall of Fame inductions. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to cover heading into this weekend here. And now we might as well kick it off with this past weekend's winner at Las Vegas in Josh Berry. And God, I swear it's still so good to know he got that first win early on in his second full-time season in the NASCAR Cup Series.
Yeah, that's right. Well, his first full-time season with the Wood brothers.
Yep.
And my question is, he's run really good already. The first series of races this season with the Wood brothers. Is this a one and done for him like Harrison Burton last year?
No, my understanding is that he signed I believe it was a 3-year deal.
No, yo, is this a one and done for wins?
Oh, I wouldn't think so.
Do you think he's going to do it again this year?
Oh, I have a good feeling. Yeah, I have a real good feeling, and I'll tell you why I have a good feeling, because Darlington is another track that they're getting ready to head to here very, very soon, coming up on April the 6th for Throwback Weekend in the Goodyear 400. And Darlington is one of those tracks that kind of mimics, I'm trying to think what track it really mimics as far as like track style.
Jeez, I don't know. One end is one way, the other end's a long sweeping turn. It's its own thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an egg-shaped oval. There's no doubt about that one. But if I had to pick one of the short tracks that I would think it mimics the most, as far as like asphalt and other things like that, it comes pretty close to a cross between, I would say, Hickory and Tri-County, or not Hickory and Tri-County, Hickory and Caraway. It's kind of like both of those kind of like planted together. If Hickory and Caraway were children of something, Darlington, I think, was where that came from.
There's plenty of folks out there going, what in the hell is he smoking out there? Hickory?
Well, the reason people are probably thinking, what the hell am I smoking, is because, Darlington is one of those tracks that, Josh Berry, he's only run on it once as far as like his run last year with Stuart Haas. But even his run last year with Stuart Haas, he did really well on that track.
I can see it happen. Sure.
And so, knowing that he did really well with Stuart Haas last year, and he's already been, doing really well with Wood Brothers equipment in that number 21 ride, I have a good feeling that he's going to probably maybe do something again really spectacular with Throwback Weekend. And speaking of Throwback Weekend, folks, if you haven't already seen the news articles out for it yet, the Wood Brothers are throwing back to an old school racer in Jim Clark. And so the WBR powered by Ford car, and we've got the picture right here, and we'll try to put it up on our Facebook page here a little later this afternoon. But this throwback car, Andy, it literally looks like an old school Ford from back in, I would say, the 60s or 70s.
Cool. That'll be neat to see.
It really is. It really is a badass car. I'm just being totally honest here, folks. And but with that said, the number 21 Motorcraft Ford Mustang will don that design inspired by Jim Clark's iconic Ford-powered Lotus, which clinched victory at the actually, I was right, 60s or 70s, at the 1965 Indianapolis 500, which is a win significantly bolstered by the Wood Brothers' innovative pit stop strategies.
Very cool.
So I knew I was close when I saw the picture in 60s or 70s, just by the design of it. But now I really know where it comes from. So good stuff
Okay.
there
Well,
for
good
that all the way
deal.
around. And then moving on here to the next bit of news here, Andy. Speaking of Hall of Fame inductions, Old Happy has been nominated and ready to be inducted into the Texas Motorsports Hall of Fame.
All right. Well, good deal for Harvick.
Yeah, good stuff for Harvick indeed. Retired Cup Series superstar Kevin Harvick will be honored as the 2025 inductee into the Texas Motorsport Hall of Fame. And it's a luncheon that is presented by Worth on Friday, May the 2nd at Texas Motor Speedway. As everybody knows, Kevin Harvick for the last few seasons has been doing stuff with Fox and as a broadcaster. He's enjoyed his illustrious 23-year career that included various successes at Texas Motor Speedway. And he'll be honored with the special event. Now, folks, I don't know if they're going to make this a public thing or not. If they are, I would assume they are just based on the fact they put time frames in the news article here. It'll be from 11 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. at the Speedway Club Ballroom. So if you're a member of the Speedway Club for Speedway Motorsports, there's a good chance you might be able to get in and watch that. Yeah, so some really good stuff for Kevin Harvick on that one. Moving along now, Andy, does the name Carson Brown ring a bell to you at all? I think it does.
Yeah. I think Carson Brown rings a bell on Burning Rubber Radio at one time.
Exactly. And, well, guess what? He is getting ready coming up here at Five Flags Speedway to make his ARCA Menard Series debut.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, and so
That's awesome.
some really good stuff for Carson Brown. And, you know, what's even funnier is, Andy, and I know you remember this from the time we had him on the show. Now, granted, he's aged a little bit since the last time we had him on. 16 years old, and he's going to be piloting that car at Five Flags Speedway. I'm looking forward to seeing that race.
Me too. That's great. Good deal.
Exactly. And now, we get to go to Andy's favorite.
Okay. My favorite what?
Your favorite branch of motorsports to mispronounce names.
Formula One.
Uh-huh.
All right.
As folks who follow the Formula One calendar pretty closely, they are over in Shanghai, China, getting ready for the China Grand Prix, the Chinese Grand Prix. And qualifications were this past week, or actually earlier today on Friday. I feel like I want to say earlier on, but realistically, with the time difference, by the time they ran qualifications, it was about this time in China when they ran qualifications. So it's 11 or 10 o'clock on the eastern coast right now of the United States, and those qualifications probably, if you look at like time difference and everything like that, probably were about 12 hours ago in Chinese time. So anywhere between like 10 and 3 p.m. Chinese
look
time.
down at the floor and wave to them. Hey, hi, China.
Oh my god! Yeah, exactly. Dig that hole, and you might end up in China. You never know. And,
never know.
But speaking of Formula One and Andy's favorite sport to mispronounce names here, a name we don't get to hear very often much anymore, Andy, is actually looking like he might do something right now. His second race with Ferrari after making the switch over, Lewis Hamilton blasted into the top spot in qualifications for the Chinese Grand Prix at the Shanghai International Circuit, and Hamilton posted a time of 90.849 seconds during his decisive qualifying phase to Nick's reigning world champion Max Verstappen's Red Bull by, now this will tell you how close this qualification run was. He beat him by 18 ten-thousandths of a second.
Oh, jeez. That is close.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's you couldn't tell if you were watching it. So that's pretty cool, man. That's good. It's just weird to hear Hamilton and Ferrari.
It
together.
really is
odd. Just so used to Mercedes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was a time when Hamilton and Mercedes were unstoppable. And, you know, now Max Verstappen last year just stomped everybody. And
not the first year in a row that Verstappen's been doing it either. Like,
that's right.
Like you look at Hamilton, he had, what was it, 6-7 years in a row that, he was that dominant world champion, and now Verstappen has done it at least twice, and he's working on number 3 this year.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Now it looks like we may have Hamilton back in something he's competitive in. So should be fun to watch for Formula One.
It'll be something worth watching. That is 100% for sure here. And speaking of Hamilton's qualification run, his benchmark was also a new lap record around Shanghai's international circuit. And the 7-time champion actually quotes that he was mystified by his performance. He stating, "I'm just a bit gobsmacked," literally, and that's a word you don't hear very often from too many people. Yeah. "I'm just a bit gobsmacked, honestly. I'm a bit taken aback by it. I didn't know when we would get to this position." So he wasn't 100% sure that Ferrari was going to be able to do what he wanted it to do. But looking at this in one of the opening races of the season for Formula One, that's a good sign that there very well may be some good competition coming up this year with him.
Yeah, good deal. Good for Formula One. I'm looking forward to it.
Most definitely. And but as far as the full rundown of everything here, folks, for the schedule coming up for the weekend here, of course, as everybody knows, we have got Homestead Miami Speedway in all 3 of the NASCAR National Touring Series. So Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup will all be down there this weekend. For Homestead Miami for the Trucks, you can watch it on Fox this afternoon, this evening, rather, coming up at 8
Fox
p.m.
Sports
Eastern.
1.
No, matter of fact, the Truck Series is going to be on Fox.
Okay.
Yeah, looking at NASCAR.com here, the Truck Series is going to be on Fox at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Xfinity Series, as per usual on its new home on the CW, will be a Saturday, March 22nd at 4 o'clock. And then the NASCAR Cup Series. Now, this is where it's like that reversal of fate goes, Andy, where the Cup Series is relegated this week, again, to FS1 at 3 p.m. on Sunday.
That's crazy. I don't understand why.
That's the thing too. I'm with you on this. I don't understand why, and this makes a great point of contention, because if you think about it, the Truck Series being that lower series, FS1 has always been that good home for them. Just like back in the day when they were on Speed TV. And then, of course, you would see the Cup Series on Fox or CBS or NBC on the main channel. Nowadays,
I wonder if NASCAR.com didn't make a boo-boo here.
I don't know.
Because I'm looking at it now, too, and I'm seeing it says watch on Fox. And it says for the Cup Series, watch on FS1.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that actually, we'll do a little bit of digging here, a little bit of extra digging here. I'm going to go look up, just because I know that we can usually find it also on their Facebook page as well. Let's go take a look at the schedule. Doo-dah. Let's see. The qualifier. Okay, excuse me. That's Las Vegas. The race is Homestead, Miami. Blah, 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 blah. What is this for? The 4 highest Xfinity? No, that's not what I'm looking for. That's the dash for cash.
I'll be darned, man. I go over to J-Ski. It's on Fox. You're right. This is the oddest thing I've seen.
Right. So that confirmed that. So that's 2 sources now that have 100% confirmed that Trucks will be on Fox and Cup will be on FS1. When realistically, it needs to be the other way around. That's just my
Usually
opinion.
It is.
Usually,
a primetime race on Fox. Okay, the NASCAR may have just done the Truck Series some serious favors putting them on Fox.
I think so.
That is the series. It's it's a short, quick race with everyone's short, quick attention spans nowadays. No one wants to sit around for a 400, 500-mile race with the Cup Series anymore.
But now something else to think about too, Andy. What are we also in the middle of with it being March?
Spring?
No, because spring just started yesterday.
Hell, I don't know. What are we in the middle of?
We're in the middle of March Madness.
Oh, you know what? There you go. That's what it is.
And so you look at that from a point of contention where it's like, NASCAR is trying to find that one good series that it can put on Fox that will garner them more views than college basketball.
Okay, makes sense.
And I mean, now don't get me wrong. Like you said, the trucks, it's a lot shorter race, and in a lot of cases, and I'm not saying this to be negative about the Cup Series by any stretch, but when it comes to the Truck Series, in a lot of cases, there's a lot more competition. There's a lot more beating and banging than there is in the Cup Series.
Oh my gosh, yes. Truck Series is where it's at.
Mm-hmm. So,
and I want to apologize to everyone out there. Of course, us being partnered up with a Seriously Fast Motorsports, I did not get to write my article due to my real job that I have this week in law enforcement. Got a little bit busy, so I promise you folks, and you will see my SFM article out next week. Something for you to throw darts at if you print it off.
No, well, no wonder my wall's got a lot of holes in it right now. Oh man, but one other thing we can talk about here too, Andy, and this is actually something that's getting ready to start up. Matter of fact, this weekend is the 100K Xfinity Dash for Cash once again.
Oh, cool.
And
good deal.
So that'll be starting up this weekend at Homestead, Miami, and then we'll be once again coming up on next week at Martinsville, and then 3 weeks from that will be April the 12th. They'll do it at Bristol, and then the week after that for Rockingham.
Good deal. All right.
So we'll have to see what happens there as far as the Dash for Cash series as well goes there. I'm not gonna lie though, when it comes to Rockingham, like I'm gonna have to really kind of balance the weekend because yes, you got Rockingham coming up for Xfinity and for trucks, and then wherever Cup's gonna be that weekend, but it's also WrestleMania weekend, and that one's gonna be a good one. That one's gonna be a good one. So we'll have to see what happens that weekend coming up here.
Hey, also, I want to do a big shout out to the folks that listen to us all the time, Floyd Up to Grove and all of his folks over at the Land of Nap Car Outcast. Thank you guys for listening to Burning Rubber Radio. I told you I'd give you another shout out. And if you want to hear insider stuff and everything, go head over there, folks, and don't bring your feelings with you over there because they will be stomped on.
That they will. And, me and Floyd have kind of started to get along better over the years as far as, reporting and journalism and all that other fun shit is concerned here. But the thing of the matter is, and I still tell Floyd to this day, kiss my ass.
Okay.
He knows what I'm talking about. Floyd, I love you, brother. But one other thing to make note of here too, folks, coming up this Wednesday on the Fast Lap, we're going to be sitting down with up-and-coming Xfinity driver Patrick Starpoli, talking about everything.
No, you got it wrong. It's Patrick Staropoli. I can actually pronounce someone's name and you can't.
Hey, you said Derugius, so I'm allowed one, at least.
Okay.
But yes, Patrick Staropoli. There we go. And but we'll be talking to him this week coming up on the Fast Lap here about everything for his run at Martinsville Speedway coming up next weekend. So do be on the lookout for that coming up on Wednesday. And then, of course, Monday we'll have the wrap-up from Homestead Miami weekend. So a lot of great stuff coming up in the next week here. And I believe we have we're working on getting them scheduled right now. The folks from Gunshine. Hopefully we'll have them on a Fast Lap coming up here in about 2 weeks' time. So to be on the lookout for that one. And folks, I didn't see a whole lot of commentary on our Facebook post as to whether or not people actually thought it was Southern Fried Rock or if it sounded a little more classic. So get those comments rolling. Let us know what you think. Does it sound more classic, like hairband stuff, or is it that Southern Fried Rock that Andy claims that it is?
Yep, the new version of Southern Fried Rock. I tell you, man, I blast those guys all day at work.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, I can't blast them because because people that I ride around all day, They're not much for Southern rock. They're more pop, country, heavy metal. Though that's my clientele. I can't.
I
blast them
ride
down
people
every day.
around, once in a while.
yeah,
The folks I put in the back of my car
I was
get to
gonna
listen
say
to what I listen to.
You ride them around in handcuffs, so they have no choice. They have no choice. My people that are in the back seat actually have a choice. So.
Love it. And lightning fast transport, baby. If you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, make sure you give him a call, and he will transport your ass wherever you want to go.
And not in handcuffs either. So
You got to come down to Clearwater, Florida for that one, boys.
God, I can see it now. Lightning Fast Transportation Police Edition.
There you go. Yeah. Bad boys.
Oh my! His ringtone, by the way, folks, is the theme song to Cops.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, he never he always calls it just the right time too, and it's just like bad boys, what you gonna do? And it's usually when I'm in Southside too, where there's some weird looks I get for that ringtone going off. But either which way, folks, we have got to get out of here for another gas and go for this weekend, heading into Homestead Miami Speedway. Do be good, folks. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the racing as well, and we will see you guys again bright and early on Monday. For Andy DeLay, the NASCAR Chef John Dix, Zachary Murtis holding down the social media for us. I am producer Wayne. We love you guys. Until Monday. Adios.
Adios.
You.